everyone and welcome to this Spility video. So this time I'm going to tell a story about when I broke my ankle back in high school. It's going to be, I think, a long story, maybe, depending on how I edit it. But yeah, let's start this tea inaugural ceremony. We don't have any tea, so I'm just literally using water. So just crack it open and let the starting begin. This is back my senior year of high school. I used to do theater all the time. I used to be in all the plays. This musical that we did was Beauty and the Beast, and I was the little bookseller. And so I was like in the town and I had a bunch of choreography to do until the day came. It was October 20th when I broke my ankle. So me and my friend, we were like poking each other, kind of like a Chad Garrett type of thing. Like, oh, you would get poked and then you would like don't want to be poked by that person and then they'll try to poke you. We were in this group huddle for theater because we were discussing notes and how we can improve the play better. So when we broke up, we went to go to our places to start the opening number. And so I poked my friend and I ran across the stage so she wouldn't be able to catch me. But she was chasing after me. And somehow, I don't know, by like the grace of God or something, I tripped like going down the stairs and I flew. I freaking flew like a damn eagle. So my flight might have been graceful, but my landing was anything but that. When I landed, I heard sound. So I'm like, that didn't sound too good. Landed about 3 or 4, maybe 5 rows back. So I got up and then I kind of hobbled my way towards like a chair in the auditorium. And I'm like, okay, like I'm just feeling nervous. You know, like once you like fall off something and then you got like that boost of adrenaline. So like, okay, nothing too bad happened. I got up and I started hobbling my way to my place. And then we started the number. So I walked my way out on the stage and I was doing some like choreography, but I felt a little bit, not in pain, but just like, I probably shouldn't do this. Because the bookseller does have a line in the very first number. I said my line and then I walked off stage because I'm like, something just doesn't feel right. Because in my shock, it felt like it was like wet and bleeding. So I'm like, okay, maybe I cut myself. Maybe I have some bleeding inside me. And so I walked off the stage and I took off my shoe and it looked like a damn tennis ball. It was literally sewn into my skin. My left foot had a giant like thing like attached to it. I'm like, that didn't look good. I had some people help me. They saw my ankle and so they helped me and they like took me on my merry way to my theater teacher's classroom. And then so I was sitting on the couch because there's a couch in my theater teacher's room. Somehow one of the students or something must have told one of the teachers, and she told me, okay Joseph, it's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna do like a quick little mommy check on it. So this is like so hilarious. So she took my sock, she rolled it down my foot and she saw that it was like a giant thing, like a knuckle on the side of my foot like this. And so she went like, yeah, that didn't look good. And then she like pulled my sock back under my foot. And then she told me, okay, so we're probably gonna have to call somebody to come pick you up. Okay, probably I might need to go to the hospital. I decided to do what a normal person would do. I called my mom because I felt like she would be responsible. She would know what to do. She already has all my medical information because I don't know any of that. And so I called her. I'm like, Mom, I fell down the stairs and they think I broke something. My mom was like, oh, okay. Can you call your sister to come pick you up? Mother! She gave no F's. She's like, I'm in the middle of work, so you know what? Just have your sister take you to the hospital. And I was like so heartbroken. I'm like, oh my God, like, goodness gracious. My mother obviously didn't care that much about me. So I was like distraught because like I called my sister and I couldn't even speak on the phone. I'm like, Vanessa? And she said, yeah. And then I just started crying, and so I dropped my phone and like my friend or teacher picked it up. And like, hi, yeah, so Joseph fell and he might need to go to the hospital. And so my sister, the good Lord savior that she is, she left school, came pick me up, and then she took me to this ghetto hospital that we go to. Now this hospital was so ghetto. So my mom said that she was gonna meet us at the hospital and just to get myself checked in already. And so we went there and I was like so upset. My stomach hurt. I was just so in misery.
Joey? Yeah, it's a little bit swollen.
A little bit? I do not know what a little bit means.
I don't know.
Ooh. Feel better, Joey.
I don't think so.
How are you feeling?
Bad.
Why?
Because my damn ankle. That's why.
Bye.
Bye.
Ew. That's like pooping in your pants.
And the people told me that, oh, you know what? It didn't look that bad. It just looks like a sprain. Wrap it up. And you know what? You probably should go to the foot doctor, but it's most likely a sprain. And so in my heart, I'm like, okay, like it seems like a really, really, really bad sprain, but whatever. They wrapped it up in like this band that's like not even a cast, just wrapped it up. And then, so I had to go to school the next day. My mom went to Walgreens and she bought me crutches. And I've never used crutches in my entire life. So, I didn't even know what the heck I was doing. Okay, so, in my garage, there's like a set of stairs that you have to, like, literally only 2 steps and then you're in the house. I couldn't even get up that. So, I was literally struggling. I was crawling into, like, the doorway like a zombie. And I was just like, it was just such a big mess.
Here's Joey trying to get up.
Be careful.
Can you sit down? Watch your foot. I got the chair.
You made it. You're gonna have to sleep up.
Darn it.
Come on. What's this for?
Okay, that's over before I'm like putting.
Okay. I'm just gonna make one.
Watch his foot.
Here.
You're in, Joey.
That was just the start of my struggles. We had to do a class for criminal justice. We had to do a fake crime scene the very next day. And so I come in, I'm hobbling with my crutches. I'm like, oh my god, I cannot freaking do this for how many, like, I don't even know how long I had to do this for. But I pushed through. I did my investigation, and then, yeah, basically for the rest of that year, and probably still now, my criminal justice teacher always talks about how I was the weakest link. He literally called me the weakest link. Every morning they would have people come down the stairs and they would like help me with my bag, and somebody would push me, and we would go in the elevator. And my teacher took that as an opportunity to name me as the weakest link. He didn't call me directly the weakest link in my face, but he would always say, like, he would always tell the story when people ever came. He'd be like, now we are a unit, we always stick together, we never leave a man behind, we need to pick them up and we'll take them with us, we are only as strong as our weakest links. He'd always say that, and then he would always tell the story about how I broke my ankle, people would help me every day and they were so nice to me, which is true, they were nice, but I was deemed the weakest link ever. He will probably still tell that story to his new students because I am the weakest link. Last year, when me and Equa, we went back to that class because we were in that class together. We had to like talk in front of them, and so I literally said, hi everyone, I'm the one who broke his ankle, and everyone, like, they knew it was me, so I knew that my teacher told that story to the class. So yeah, so now I'm famous in my class for breaking my ankle. Oh, by the way, you know what's shady? In that class, we took 2 group photos. One in the very beginning where I wasn't in it, and we took a second one with me in it, and they used the one where I wasn't in it. I was pissed. So next time I go in that classroom, I'm literally gonna take a Photoshop of me and just stick my head in the photo. After that, me and my mom had to go to the hospital, the foot doctor. And these people said, it looks really bad. You probably need to get screws in it. I was literally so heartbroken. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be just like my cousin, because my cousin broke his damn ankle too, and he needed to get like a plate and screws inside him, and I was gonna follow suit, and he had to walk on crutches during his graduation. I'm like, no, my life is over. The very next day, I went to the same foot doctor because they got my x-rays or whatever in, and I'm like, okay, so when are we gonna need to have the surgery of mine? He's like, what do you mean surgery? Like, you don't need surgery. Who told you that? I'm like, your coworker? Literally the same building. They're like, you're gonna need to have screws. And then the next time it's like, what do you mean you don't need screws? Whoever told you that is dumb. Honey, you're talking to your own damn coworker. I mean, I guess I'm lucky that I didn't need to get screws. So they said it was a hairline fracture, and so it was gonna heal really quickly, like within 8 weeks. Should be up to full recovery. I'm like, really? 10 weeks? That's it? I was so blessed. Oh my god. They got me wrapped up in this cast. I picked a blue one because A, it matched the color of my jeans, and 2, blue is my favorite color. So then, me being me, I did not want to be walking on crutches for 10 weeks straight. And so my grandma, she had a wheelchair downstairs, and so I literally took that thing and I wheeled myself around for like about 7 weeks in that wheelchair, because I was not about to be hobbling around the school in crutches. Yes, I was super lazy. I don't care. So I would literally every day, I would roll into the classroom with my wheelchair and I'll like sit at my desk. So before I broke my ankle, I usually went to go take the bus to school. But I can't take the bus anymore because of this wheelchair. So my mom had to order me a special bus. It was a handicap bus.
So this is Joey's bus, and it helps him get in because there's a handicap spot, and we'll see him once he gets in. So there's my mom, or no, never mind, that's Joey. There's my mom. And then we'll see him when he gets up. Bye, Joey. The chicken boy just got home. Grandpa Joey, Grandpa Chick.
And that was like the worst thing of my entire life in high school. This bus wasn't filled with people my age. There were people probably in elementary school, and there was this one kid in a wheelchair, and I don't know what he had, but I felt bad for him. But he like had to have a helmet on because he would try to bang his head on the wall, and I felt really bad for him. And then there was this other child, and he was so like mean. Like he would try to punch the teacher on the bus. And I'm like, oh my god, how the heck am I gonna live? And then I got to this other kid, and he talked the entire time. Like every day he would talk to me about random stuff, and I'm like, boy, I don't want to hear it. And then across from me, like, so there's like the kid that talked to me a lot, the kid that was bad behind me, the people in the wheelchair, up there, and there's a kid next to me, and he was so disgusting. He like licked his fingers and he was like going like this, and his slobber was going all over the bus, and I sat next to him. I was so mortified. Luckily, thank God, none of his freaking saliva went inside my face or touched me. I was so freaking blessed, but it was so disgusting. Sitting next to him every single day, him licking his fingers and going and the slobber like it was so gross. I dealt with that for 10 weeks. And then I lived. Like, the final 2 weeks, my doctor told me, okay, I went to go back in, and they told me, okay, now you can start walking on it again and put more pressure on it. So I got rid of my wheelchair, and I was able to start walking on it again. I was still part of my play. I was able to be the cute little bookseller I was. I unfortunately was not able to get rid of the crutches in time, because it was literally, okay, I could walk. Literally that same week, I was gonna do the play. I wasn't gonna be able to do all the choreography or anything. So that kind of sucked, but I was so glad that I would still be able to be part of the play. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I did put the pictures down, hopefully. This story was an okay story. It went all the way down to here with the T. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please remember to leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys all again next time. Love you. Hello everyone, and I got some kind of bad news.